broadcast. We've got videos.
How do I stop it then? To the stream.
Yep. Working on it now.
Gotta make sure it's.
Honestly, I was going to say, you don't mind.
Yeah, you can drink.
So I have the bell icon.
Seth.
Yeah. That's the thing I was talking with.
You're live.
As well as daughter and son-in-law. I said, the biggest problem with our Twitch thing.
You're a moderator.
There
you are.
Yeah.
All right.
We're live.
With the first ever Broken Brush Gaming paint and chat. Here, Fire Slayers, and
A host of.
I'm working on a few Warlocks from Troll Bloods. So.
And if you want any advice, Warlocks from the Troll Bloods, not the Fire Slayers. Obvious. See, I don't have to.
We were thinking Seth was going to paint today, but he. Seth's going to be our moderator for today. Can you, Seth? Can you?
So I'm looking at testing chat, making sure it works in case anybody has any questions.
Sure.
I can see your models. I cannot see what you're doing specifically. Let me see if I can adjust it. I'll do that.
My hand.
Yeah, honestly, if you're going to be holding it in your left hand, then yes, it will.
But I was talking with Eric and the chat. Not that we have that many people on, but that certainly helps to grow your followers and.
Right.
And I said, so I guess what we're more campaigns is kind of split up our campaigns so that we have people manning the long monologue or description or something. You can switch it to where it's just on him and man the chat and stuff like that. Into playing, but
wants to do some tech or just
geeky enough that wants to do the tech.
check out the story. He lives in the South Georgia area and want to moderate for.
Yeah, and don't. I think we average about 2 viewers per episode. I am working on Fire Slayers, and I am simply doing the first flesh. I'll end up with 3 of inks also.
So just get some whips and
yeah,
change
yeah. This
over
is a Volkite that I'm working on right now. A Rune Lord and Volkites and several Hearthguard Berserkers that I'm going to be working on.
AKA the Murder Squad.
Mainly.
I have no idea what this guy's name is. I just know that he's a Troll Blood Warlock with a really big.
Probably Madrak.
Sure.
I'm not sure which incarnation of that.
For it.
I think it's supposed to have been driven crazy by the axe at this point.
The last thing I read in lore was that Madrak gave up the axe and someone else.
Too, because he was going to take down the entire troll blood.
Yeah, somebody said, you need. And he said, okay.
Okay.
I guess.
If
Even
you
though it
guys
makes
say
me- Yeah. To where he couldn't actually get in melee.
Why'd you have a guy with an axe who can't get melee?
Trolls were tough, but their stats were not very good.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just had to see what you did there.
Didn't they nerf that to where if you were knocked down you couldn't
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, that's
And of course, since when you made your tough roll, you were knocked down.
awful.
But then, like, a lot of the units.
Ways to keep from getting knocked down.
Well, no, they had, even if you're knocked down. The crick stuff that had tough was like that. Does not have a lot of skin.
Which kind of means. Lose tough.
Right.
Yeah.
Just leave it the way it is.
That's kind of, you want to appease half the people and the other half at the same time, and it
Yeah.
just turns into a wonky.
Do miss the days of
Having Borka though, making him drunk, running in the middle of everybody, and
Again, no idea who this is. If you're wondering why I don't know who these are, it's a commission. It's not my army.
the other one's Calandra.
That's been a huge commission too. I mean that
It has
was
been
a
massive.
lot of money.
It was in the line pre.
we did. I even pieced, and I had a lot of Troll Bloods. We were in the same list, so can't really say.
Of the other ones because he pretty much got his gunny list worked
Yeah.
out and ran that.
My favorite caster that I ever won a game.
It's got that giant bazooka.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. For him, were just great. The scatter rules, or doubles.
Oh my god. The receiving end of it. Because everything you'd play.
And snipe on an impaler. Knocks your guy back and down, and then you're running. And you just cycle snipe between two of them. Ah, the good old days.
We can't do any of that anymore.
Probably not, because no one plays it.
At least not in our.
Around here.
How much do you have left?
Percent of it. Getting close. I'm down to. I saved a lot of. Camp. They're tough to batch paint. Most of the beasts and stuff, like the beasts, you can actually batch paint pretty. So I mean, lots of airbrush to get the, the main skin color on, and. Commission this. He wanted them to be more like orcs, so that's why they're green. Like Troll originally when he commissioned it. Man. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Green though.
Yeah, that's why I'm definitely not gonna do commission. Well, I say that and I'm painting Dark Age.
Green.
So say you might as well do orcs.
And a different kind of army, to be honest. Like, green armor. Just paint it with the airbrush and then dry brush the highlights. Quick and easy. For show.
I have no idea what paint scheme I'm on whatever army I eventually get.
Well, you know, figure
Will help you
That might
with
be
a
a
decision for a paint
first-
scheme.
first-
Wes earlier that if my chaos trade doesn't go through, I'm just gonna buy the dark
Imperium.
set for the Nurgle, and then instead of putting guns on them, I'm just gonna and run them
as both.
Yeah, as both.
Yeah,
They would make pretty cool like
would. When the new edition 40k came out, I was like, "Yep, Nurgle's my army. I don't have to get too many models to finish that off. I don't need a Primarch to win a game."
I did watch a bat rep with him.
as good as what's his face? Magnus.
Yeah.
Like super psychic versus no
Destroyed Mortarian's army first turn.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Magnus destroys everyone's army first turn.
but what would happen? Charged him in to Mortarian.
Yeah. Just wanted to see the
Yeah, and it's and dealt quite a few wounds on Mortarian. He's got what?
Resilient.
That's it.
and I think his is on a 4 and he's
Which is just insane.
yeah, he's got a 4 up, 4 up.
Yep.
Basically a 4 up reroll. Alright, that's 2 skins down. These guys don't have a ton of skin.
It's nice for a change, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of the
Creel warriors, I'm sure that was nothing but flesh.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And kilts. Did you paint kilts?
Yes. Quite a bit. Lots of line work. That's the thing I really enjoy about this commission. Like, has really like made. Has always been an issue for me because I have shaky hands to begin with. I don't know why, for some reason, but I had to step up my game to be able to do that, and it made me a better painter for sure.
Zoom do.
I don't think so.
If you have, there's a lot of stuff that they do. It's a third party one. It's actually not from Logitech. But supposedly Logitech was pretty good for it.
Yeah, which the main thing I was using it for was to set game streaming.
Right.
And downloaded it, installed it, figured it out, went in. Narrow the screen. Oh, well, it's already Mac. So it's not that it didn't work, it was just already there.
That's going to be really cool, though, when we get RPG stuff.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Cam. I'll go back to drawing maps.
Yeah, that'd be a map cam
Oh, that'd be neat.
with it. But then we still need the IT.
Push. Then, I mean, technically...
I mean, it pretty having the thing pulled up and then just clicking on, okay, go to this scene.
DM with all the music and everything.
Not following, I could go
Yeah.
cam.
Is it magnetized?
No. So, like, all this...
Are you breaking his models? Is that
Yeah.
what we're hearing?
Well, it was... He bought most of it as a lot on eBay. In true War Machine style. Unless I had to, I didn't go back and break in. And so... She did not manage to stay on my...
Those are metal stick.
Oh, yeah. I was having trouble getting her pushed. Blue tack here because I didn't want to bend her foot. This a little bit.
Is it like a play?
See, I can't.
That's how you know he's a professional painter. On a stand, and yeah, I'm just sitting here holding it with my hand, flipping it around.
Well, that's the thing. Like with my hand, like to get that fine motor control to be, my hand will just go to. It will just paint shake mode.
Well, that's all the practice of sticking needles in.
I would just pass out and fall down.
It's not going in you; it's going in a bag.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna think about the fact that it's gone in me.
Your patient should not have gone in you.
I've been doing it wrong my whole life.
Much anymore. The technicians do it now. I wish.
So with the allies, things you can buy, like the it says of the up to 400 points of an ally and not change your allegiance.
That's correct.
That's correct. It depends on the points.
So,
You can take any ally from anything?
No, it has to be an ally that's listed with your
in the
force, and it's
Okay.
it's an ally that's basically from your Grand Alliance.
Stormcast can go with anybody, and Stormcast. Like all of the Skaven clans end up being allies.
Mhm.
So like, but like if you're building Khorne, you can't take Overblade Cannon because Skaven aren't one of the people that you can or one of the groups you can ally with Khorne.
You can ally with Zinch all you want.
Which makes all
kind of stupid.
Like, I don't know why you'd want to ally Slanesh with Khorne anyway. They do.
I don't know why Khorne would allow itself to be. You think they would just try to unbind any spell regardless of the fact who is casting it?
The collar does that automatically, doesn't it?
What's the creator? You have to pass your cast. Yep. Anyone that casts a spell. If they fail the first time.
I was
Or if they pass
If they pass the first time.
If they fail the first time.
I was looking at the new Firestorm boxes.
Yeah, saw those as
I was looking at some of the rules for what.
What the Empire units do, which is not impressive.
No. Everything else, not so much.
Those were neat, but the it's got that comet that you can cast on a 6. The potential for D6 wounds casting on a 6 is ridiculous.
Yep.
Not to mention everything else it does. Of course, I don't know how many points it is.
Hurricane. Yeah, the Hurricane.
That thing's cool.
Yeah.
Apparently, it includes cast version of.
Was the Celestial Hurricanum or some other one that we can. Yeah. And yeah, fire. I have to join effort to get that one.
Yeah. The map will be cool and all that.
There's one allegiance thing for each of the other.
6 cities and then one for the rest of you. Thanks.
I'm talking about.
Thanks for showing up.
Oh, but apparently some of the like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was one that said they couldn't use Seraphon. So can't have the crazy tree people.
Probably, but the storm.
They're not too hip. They're probably not too hip hop on saying.
They're probably hip up on destroying that city.
Right.
That'd be cool.
Thing that they could do if they wanted to would be to come up with ways that you could Dark Elves, Sylvaneth, things that as other factions. Because, I mean, Sylvaneth, they're not... They do the prim and proper way. They're going to murder everybody that gets in their...
And force they have.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that. That's just...
The foliage part on top and everything.
It will cover a good bit of table space.
I wouldn't want to play on a 4x4 with that.
How much terrain you put down at the beginning, you only get 2 or 3 things down. Let's see what to do next. He's got a lot of them. So the one that kind of equals to Leadbelcher is called Thrash Metal.
Nice.
They have a darker one. Take Leadbelcher, mix some black into it. It's called Black Metal. Lighter is heavy metal. Very nice 80s metal throw.
Anymore.
Just when I got sunburned.
I don't think I won, so I did not get an email saying that I had won a bunch of. It was like
Every day the
5
first
days.
week, yeah.
First few days it was out.
Never win anything.
Yeah, what were the chances?
Oh, probably a ton. Probably would have had a better chance of winning the lottery on some. Yeah, it's useful.
I'm still gonna get it regardless. But the chance of winning, because geez, think how many people play GW. 1 billion downloads in the first day.
Mm-hmm.
That app got downloaded by people who use GW Paints for.
Because GW Paints are, at least in America, probably the easiest to get a hold of.
Besides Vallejo, that's the only one.
That small amount of Vallejo that they carry of live, which I love Vallejo paint too. Just a super small amount of what Vallejo actually makes.
Yeah.
Like, I wish that like a full line of Vallejo paint. So
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good stuff about their airs.
So, and you'd get them and they'd be all clunky and gross. Had that problem in a while now. And they're so... It just goes right through the airbrush. And they smell good too. When they go through the airbrush, they have a pleasant scent. Yeah.
Using their paints more. Might be. Oh. 4 down.
Not bad time though.
He had more skin than I.
Layer and the last layer that will take a little.
That'd be neat.
Yep, I have to start neat.
Yeah, I've started trying to do like, even when I'm just as like a practice to get better. You know, I'm not super worried if I get it all.
I'm not going to worry about. I won't get it all over the place, but
I go a little over the lines. I'm not. But no, I used to like. I would have just gone like, and like his. All right, back to our metallics. This kilt's gonna be a ton of fun.
Am I sensing sarcasm?
Just a small.
only a little bit.
Only Garen level sarcasm.
Or sarcastic.
Ever.
So you know how you know if Garen's being sarcastic?
He's
It is a character in one of our role-playing games. So any similar.
Yeah.
Mike, do you have the webcam? Let's see. Software?
I don't think I have it on that. Why are we needing to adjust something?
No, I'm just saying if we want to do this.
Yeah, I can certainly download it.
We'll get the camera on web instead of just his hand, and which I mean I could do that if I had a box perfectly angled, but it's just not not.
Well, if I had remembered to bring my tripod,
To adjust the angle down though, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Right.
Without the delay, but a little bit more, like a hair more.
Hair more down.
You got about half of your plate in there. And that should do it.
With mine, I'm just throwing a first coat on.
Layer of skin in there.
Yeah.
the base goes down. My paint style is what takes the longest. Used to take me, but I guess it's just one of those practice things. You know, you.
Now. But of course, I don't do highlights the way you do highlights.
I mean,
I literally go high spot, high spot. I don't do. There's a high spot. Let me get that.
The hard edge highlighting kind of
Paint a model.
Nah, I've watched.
He's gonna go back and watch this on YouTube. He knew what he was doing.
No, I'm gonna go back and watch on YouTube and be like, oh my. Like I thought I
feel better.
Okay. You see the back of my brush?
I have a box to put it in. Actually, you know what I mean?
What if we do?
You
How's
grab
that?
one of those boxes or something. Probably need it on the other side.
Length.
It's a first run, you know. We'll figure it out.
Should definitely
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That might not be bad. Did I?
Do that.
Some dude. Fully shaved head.
How's that?
Yeah, that's great. You can actually see it now. And then once we download the ability to zoom just a smidge.
Because I know these things usually have to work better at like a
Add a longer.
slightly longer. What if I got like over there? Little fella.
Focus more.
Yeah.
Then that
Yeah, it's picking him as the primary.
Mike, you've got yours.
All right there.
Okay.
Still can't see detail, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean. What we're gonna go for?
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna actually get details.
It's more a, hey, don't sit on your lazy butt on Sunday afternoon. Paint something for me.
Yeah, so get your paints out. Paint with us.
Yes.
Did you guys see there's a new Star Trek coming out?
Yeah, 8:30 tonight. So it's streaming.
Beyond,
It's a prequel.
Like
Is
a
it
new
It's
Beyond?
Discovery.
on what channel?
CBS streaming online.
Really?
Yep.
I saw a commercial on YouTube, but
I downloaded the Who's Your Cable thing, so I'm kind of wondering if they're just
Really?
trying to add sales
maybe.
for online streaming. I don't know, but do any type of didn't ask. Now, the only thing that was up on there was like back, behind the scenes stuff. So when the actual show comes up, it may ask for something. I don't know.
You go to watch it and it goes, yeah, actually.
Watch.
So it's not actually going to be on actual TV?
No, it's streaming.
Huh, interesting.
I didn't look at any of them, but apparently they have available on that because they had to purchase the rights.
Mm-hmm.
Series
Oh,
reruns
wow.
available also.
Oh, wow. That's...
Generation. Because that's what my wife grew up on, the originals. Because that's what her dad watched.
Because my family was a Star Wars family. And
Believe it or not, my mom got me into the Next Generation.
the guy is pretty good. And then I went back and watched the old ones, and I was like,
Yeah, it
but
was.
still good. Like, it was still entertaining. Don't take that to mean that it's bad. But yeah, I mean,
Well, I mean, it was for special effects wasn't
Oh,
there
yeah, I
either.
mean, it was-
So,
Which is crazy because the science was there in the show. For
Actual, like,
theoretical science.
which I
guess technically it wasn't low budget for the time, but
Yeah, I was going to cancel it after Game of Thrones.
I think it's called. Is it the Deuce? What? The 9 o'clock on Sunday time slot.
Is that the one with stoner movies like Pineapple Express? Playing that movie Milk.
Franco.
Yeah, that guy.
I think that's
yeah, you've
HBO.
got
I
Series,
saw
so-
a commercial for it, so
I mean, it's your typical HBO kind of show, I think.
I might as well watch something because I can't cancel mine from the app. It tells you to go to Google, and then button. And so when I go to help, it says just go to the cancel
I
button.
was about iTunes thing because I have to. But when you get, it's like there's no stop subscription. You have to scroll all the way down to.
Make it hard to cancel those things.
Suit because somebody couldn't cancel and wanted to.
Get it for a little while.
Yeah.
Go through some hoops.
Can't figure it out,
Right.
and then it's going to end up contacting a lawyer because
I could.
on the app that you can just click a button and cancel.
Yeah, they shouldn't make it difficult, but hey.
Yeah, yesterday I finished up the Swamp Troll from their belts.
Oh, I didn't either.
There's like they got like a chainmail fish, and the other side's like a loincloth
So you
under
have
the mail.
chainmail fish.
And I painted the one side, and when I started to paint it brown, and I was like, "Oh man, I could have just painted this when I painted the chainmail." 'Cause you know how fish have like that silvery gleam to them. And once that dried, gave them a wash to pick out the detail, and then hit. They've just got like this blue shimmer to them. See, because it's hidden under their. But it looks cool.
But if someone does pay attention to all the details.
Oh, that's going. I've got 6 done. Only 31 more to go.
Where's my thinner? Oh.
Can't look at it that way.
I need more paint anyway. It's just the first coat.
You definitely can't. Look at it that way.
I have a minimum. What?
So you just do it with layering? It's like.
Because I'm a very complex painter.
I like layering. Layering is like the best technique for table. Best that you want from a distance.
I do it for tabletop. I go by the 12-inch rule. If it looks good from 12 inches away, I did my job. It looks good if you pick it up and get in close to it and look for brush strokes. And
Man, you look at the way that the GW style. Maybe a layer. Pretty much you're into hard highlights with the GW style. Maybe one layer. I don't think any.
But you end up. And you're like, man, this looks bad. And you look at it from a couple. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. All right.
What color should I do his robe, Seth?
well, since he couldn't do their skin purple, do his robe purple.
How did you do the rest of the crew? Yeah, they're all different colors.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Like by units that they each have their. I guess. Like a super crew.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what I was at.
Kind of
So
matches up.
that would make sense to me.
Pretty sure I just plaids over it. favorite GW paint right there. Keep losing my thinner.
Yeah. What are the Ale Guzzler Giants? I was looking at those last night. If they crit, they would just swallow whoever they hit. Guzzlers have that save it for later.
Put it in my bag.
Put it in my bag, yeah.
Yeah. You're like the Chaos Giants have a different version of it. There's one like save. Good humor.
Which never goes off for you.
No.
Or it might get one wound, because I think you just have to roll a d6. Then you can stuff them in your bag.
Right.
Skeleton. Good job.
Yeah. Woot!
I was watching Iron Jaws versus and he had two.
Oh my gosh.
Fully nicely painted.
I played against someone that painted skeletons. Because skeletons are not hard to
A lot of skeletons.
Like you can, and they look good.
You're not lying.
Black and then white over the top of it. You're done.
And then a while, pull out some detail with a
And a dry brush.
Yep.
Good to go.
That's when I sent you guys that message about reinforcements, because he never used skeletons per turn. And they had mentioned that you had to pay for bad.
Now, if you're
unless they changed their FAQ on it, but it was only if you were bringing, not replacing models in a unit.
Unlike that, or Iron Jaws do, where if you kill a war chanter, he can bring back in a new unit a number of art.
Be a new unit,
And
you would have
that's
to
a
pay
new
for that.
unit, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing if it's like when it dies, you have to pay for it to come. Play a new unit,
Yeah.
it's off the table, and that entire unit's gone, and you're putting it back on.
Yeah. There's apparently one war artifact leader back, but they're like, I'm not paying for my leader twice.
ring of immortality or whatever.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Now, I saw an interesting ability the other day that I was curious about if you would have to pay for.
When it said when this model is reduced to 0 wounds, it immediately recovers D3 wounds. You would have to.
I
would not think so, because that's immediately heals D3 wounds.
Right.
Yeah, I would bring the War Machine days back where they had like dead and then remove. Yeah. So technically he's not.
Like, that was the thing with all the War Machine stuff, is there were so many different combinations that you could do to mess with people.
Yeah.
With Crix, like if a unit was removed from play, you couldn't get a soul.
And so people would just use RFP on. I'm just gonna lose. Because I really need souls.
I only ever played Assassinate the Caster when I played War Machine.
Oh, yeah, so did I, because I played Crix.
of the time because I played Circle, and unless my opponent was just absolutely messing up, wasn't stout enough to hold them.
Yeah.
But they could put some damage on.
Yep.
Trolls were stout enough to hold him. I just didn't care.
Like, yeah, kill a caster.
You had those, Jeez, turn one, half my army's gone. I was like,
Right.
God.
Oh yeah, that's when I forgot about Jarl. Dogwood or something like that. And then charge was 3 inches. 2 inches on top of that, and they had reach.
Yeah. He was just... I'm supposed to be the fast one on this.
Remember the, what were they called? That 2-inch reach regular Creel people? Mini feet to give them an extra 2 inches, so I would just run them first turn of engage, and then they would just tough sit at the behind them, his 4 inches per turn.
That was why I wanted to paint. I bought some Crick stuff on eBay when I first started. Like, it was like one's buying. I was like, sure. I like Troll Skinny. Looks cool.
Oh, that's cool. Mine, like a light blue runes on top of the gray rock, so it looked like it was glowing. Oh, so cool.
It's all that kind of electric blue shine.
That's why I never hear the end of it. I sold them.
You ever should have sold them.
Nobody plays it.
Yeah. That's true. So,
Yeah. Like, it was weird for me when I sold my personal painted stuff before. Like,
hey, you get used to it.
it was weird.
I've done that plenty of times when I either didn't like just got tired of it or
That.
whatever.
He didn't have many. Yeah, green.
Not bad.
And then some pink for the leather on his.
I don't know if we do this right here. Progress painting.
I'll actually paint it.
Then
Get
you'll
my
actually
personal
have
armies
to paint.
painted.
Well, I've got enough models that need paint.
I always make that pact with myself. Like, all right, I'm gonna get all this painted before I buy anything else. And then I sold my.
Well, that's kind of what I'm trying to stick to. I want to get all of my Fire Slayers else. I'm trying to stick with it, but I keep seeing stuff. But I have to remind myself, that's a want. I still have Fire Slayers to paint.
Yeah. I got the white and the wash on my. So what it is over of like and then just has this nice gray tint to it.
Oh,
And now I'm just gonna go back through and bring it back to that Elfwine gray, and then do a little dry brushing to bring it up a little brighter. And I think I'm actually gonna try to do some of the. 'Cause he's
going to try and do all that to get it to gently fade into that red for that Game of Thrones weirwood look on him. So I'm going to try and do that with the airbrush, see if I can figure out how to do, because the wings are so big. It was easy to do that transition, but I'm going to try and...
You'll get it. I have absolute faith in you.
Yeah, she's gonna look good with it.
I think I'm gonna bring my my Cypher game
Oh, really?
For them, yeah. Just
let them have some. Because I'm thinking in the next few days I'm going to pick up that pre-date
$15.
and read through that. And
So with the Cypher System book, like, does it give you all kinds of different options of how Dragonborn?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not in the same.
You set it wherever you want it to be?
Yes.
Yeah,
Cypher
the
is
Cypher
okay.
system is literally setting generic.
Okay.
What he's doing. You can do a steampunk. You can do.
I have, like, as far as, like,
Weapons and things are concerned, does it give you...
It gives you
Okay.
guidelines for it, like
That's
and an elf would be your descriptor. So instead of gregarious or empathic, and I think Numenera has racial.
yeah, Numenera has some
descriptions, too.
racials. I think
Yeah,
they're.
it's got some.
I can't remember. Yeah, they're the first thing that you.
Gives you examples of those, and then it also has guidelines like this is what we would recommend if you want to build your own for them based off of.
Cool.
And they'll give you a suggestion of the type of foci to use for your campaign, depending on what type of set. I would recommend these foci. It doesn't mean you have to stick with the idea of
That's
guidelines.
Because one of them is literally a start.
It work too well in a fantasy
It's
setting.
going to be really useless when you're just a pilot. Now you can. It does give you the opportunity to alter it to. You're just the best dang caravaner that ever has been in the, in your fantasy world. Cypher system is definitely what do they call that? Session 0.
Yeah.
Especially for the G. Sometimes.
All right, let's see how we can make this work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you got that guy that really focus, you don't want him to be useless in the campaign that you.
Skinning it. You don't, like you were saying, you don't call it a starship pilot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay,
You're a boat captain. Or...
Yeah, you're a ship
Yeah.
captain.
And they're really not hard to adjust. Like, if you adjust them, it still fits.
Well, it's like I've got a friend that wants to do. He wants to do 5e, but he wants to do it as a sci-fi thing. And I'm like, all right, well.
Yep.
Heavy crossbows are rifles, and it's not too hard. Yeah, you got to do a little GM work on the back end, but.
Well, the easiest way to do that is
Mm-hmm. Laser swords.
Laser sword.
of course, Bezo just came out with
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
it's Pathfinder sci-fi, so you're gonna still, after a battle, getting some of that same clunky problems that you had with 3.5. And my opinion, I don't want to make anybody mad. It's just my opinion that after about level 10 or so, you start getting kind of clunky with 3.5. Especially the stat blocks. They start getting big.
I don't know if I'm biased, I guess, because I've only ever played the 1. Of course, I was ridiculous
Right.
the entire time, except for, I think, level 2. So...
Well, like the other game that I'm running, aside from ours,
A little bit of Pathfinder with them.
before I started, and I was like, this is confusing. Like,
So, like my first D&D. At the time, of course,
Everybody hates 4.
the internet was like, this is so terrible. I was like, I don't know any different.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
like I had a good
I
time.
enjoyed 4. Complaints came from, especially as you approached late level. Everybody had kind of figured out, okay, well, you take these powers and you do this, then you do this, then you do
Right.
this. So it's the same thing over and over again. You know, you go do this. The second round of combat, I do this. Third round, hit the buttons in order.
I'm glad everybody can play Rend even if I'm not here, because everybody knows what I'm going to do anyway.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Just go. I thought,
Yes.
Why? Like, is it because that's what I was wondering. Like when she was doing her way better, like.
Well, you know, she didn't make that character.
Okay.
Yeah, that's...
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if...
I'm not going to say his name, but that was a guy that wanted to try it out and came for like 2 sessions.
Yeah.
And they weren't even back to back. And in spite of my trying to...
Because I was looking at her,
He
abilities.
he
and
ignored
they
it,
were-
and his ability...
It's like moderately low dexterity and wisdom as a monk.
As a monk, yeah.
And I was like 14. I was like,
she's a AC of 14
like-
and like...
well, at
strength.
level 4, the health wasn't that out.
All of that low.
She had 16 strength and like
doesn't need
Either of
strength,
those.
and she doesn't need intelligence.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that definitely needs to be adjusted. Because I just feel...
recommended to Allie and want to keep playing, but she has, and she's meshing with the group pretty good. So
Shadow Step Monk is really fun.
yeah, so I was. We got to do some rebuild on this.
I would say just sit down and rebuild the.
No, Rind is just trying to figure out how outgoing and loud guide her to Urvada.
You and the Irvada.
Ahead of the group, regardless.
Favors you.
Yes.
just to irk you.
You have a lesser deity.
The next time we're in town, we're just gonna pick. Gonna wear it.
Him off when he starts to go into battle. I'll say, you know, may Paylor protect you.
Right.
Mid-battle.
Right, it chastised me. Oh my goodness, Jared's gonna have to give me haste every single time now. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty sick, wasn't it?
Because I've never seen haste on a multi-attack character before.
It gets
And I was
stupid.
like,
Yeah, you pin pushing that guy.
Which is good because he literally almost.
I really hope play the next time we rest. Because that could be bad. We only have one more. I think it's gonna make it not so
The
bad.
medicine.
Yeah. Roll a 1 and a 2 when you have advantage. It's pretty hard.
Just, I really need this roll
To
to
happen.
Just hope you don't ever have that happen when that roll is.
When you
But
look,
this one's gonna
you
be
look into a
bad.
tomb.
What's the DC on that? Avoiding the pitfall.
I think it was a 16.
I mean, it's not like
master.
Oh yeah. Cracking my knuckles.
yeah.
The attack so tight.
I was conscious of.
One point where I was sitting there and I just went and I grabbed my thumb and was like, and I looked over and she. And I put it on the table and I was like,
It's fine. She's weird about it. There's something wrong with it, so.
oh yeah.
And like that, and she'll move weird, and I'll be holding on to her, so I'll just take my wrist and just. It just sends that crack down her arm, and she. Like bones breaking into movies, she can't stand. She
Probably
never
loved-
watched Ong Bak.
She probably loved the. All right, I have to ask a question, okay? Because I was thinking that I had been mispronouncing her character's name all the time, but I'm not sure. Hauta or hard T Shata?
But it's spelled Shatha.
Okay, so it is. Okay.
Yeah. That's how she pronounces
European
it. I always
TH.
thought it was just Shata.
That's what I thought it was too.
Well, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, but then she sent me that to send to you, and I was like, Shaltha?
So I don't know if you caught it last night or not, but I kept saying Shatha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you say.
Her character's name wrong. I was like, got past that.
Well, now you keep calling me Jade.
Yeah.
Oh my
Jen,
gosh.
Jude, Julissa.
Suther and Selena.
Julissa. No, she's Calista.
Yeah.
Gary, something. Scooby.
See, I just always use the same character names, so you know. Wizard is Belladol.
Like, I never play humans. This is like, I'm a human. Why would
Get that extra. What you call it?
when I was creating it?
So you're not playing. You're a human.
So the only reason I made Jude a human, originally he was an elf when I first started making him. And when I started doing the point buy, I couldn't ever get my stats to where I liked them. You know? And I was like,
And so I was like, all right, let me try this as a human with the +1 to everything, and all the numbers went, oh! I was like,
Perfect.
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
My Mexican food, bring them. +2 to
+2 to every.
2. NPC only is because
I'm gonna have to look at her character sheet because,
I don't think she did.
and I remember. But see, that's the thing about warriors is they get so many stat increases compared to everybody else that I'm not sure. With her, but she took a feat instead of her first stat increase, and I don't know if it was because of the proficiency or if it was because we leveled her up. So I'm gonna have to look at that.
Oh, so did you?
I think she's short a level.
I think she is.
I think she is.
Because I was thinking about it, last night.
Well, look at her spells. Okay.
But Ren, now, right? Because she's been like 10 above me the whole time, and now we're only separated by 3.
What does she roll them, or does she
No,
take
she
the
doesn't
median?
roll them. She takes the.
Oh,
average.
Oh, well,
she
that'll be
rolled it.
easy to tell.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
HP's not going to really give it away unless she's.
I did my health up for level 6.
The other thing to keep in mind, I remembered to adjust her hit points for the increase. But actually, I don't remember if Con actually went up a full step. Because she had +1 as a half orc.
Right.
She lost that, but then
Yeah.
she gained 2.
Yeah, and I think she had a 13. I think you just put her to.
Yeah, that would still be +2.
So yeah, she's level 6, and you get 13.
Well, 14 puts you
Yeah,
at
5
+2.
10.
Right.
1.
What is it? 15. Is 15 still? She's always had a +2.
Where you get the well.
A fighter would start with 12 health, right? D10 plus con would be.
Yeah, if they have.
And then the average of that would be 6. And she's leveled up. So first level 6.
So 52.
6.
She didn't level up.
Not that, because she should have 52
Yeah.
health, and she only has.
6, she has 49.
Yeah, I think it was 49.
So, yeah.
54.
Yeah.
Because I created my character 5th.
Yeah.
So when I rolled my originals, I got 2 10s.
Nice.
And then like it teetered on the 4, and I was like,
Yeah, I've been seriously thinking. Rogue asked him if he's allowing the average to use the average
Yeah.
because I've.
Oh no, I'm actually.
I'll actually let you re-roll anything.
Well, let me keep rolling till I
Yeah,
get an
re-roll.
8.
Well, but you have to take the second one. You have to take the second one. The thing was, I in my other game, I told him, I was like, yeah, you can. Obviously, if you got below the median, you're not going to re-roll it.
Right.
Well, the rolled an 8, and he was like, "I'm feeling lucky."
So you can see how the,
There's
I was like-
no way I'm re-rolling.
33.
I'm not re-rolling an 8.
No. About disgustingly resilient, basically, is what you're looking at. That 2, and I was like, awesome.
That's why I let you re-roll them, so. Oh man, I didn't told you about this yet. So he got it was against some undead satyrs. I've told you about that fight. Well, of course, satyrs have the pipes, right? Only gave the pipes to the lead satyr. That was like 4. And so when they looted the bodies, they're like, yeah, you know, he's got this kind of busted up set of pan. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to take those. Okay. I don't. So he took them. He's like, yeah, put them around my neck. I was like, okay. I mean, you don't know. You can give me an Arcana check. You can tell it something about him that's magical. You don't know what. He's like, so what do I know about him now? And I like gave him the card. He's like, and he handed it to the barbarian. He's like, they're attuned to it. You can basically, and so it doesn't tell you on the fusion because I'm a barbarian. I said, okay. It's like you get +2 in con. So it was from the strength dex con side. -2 in 1. That was the main part of the curse. Later, on our last session, he was like, it's like, I'm just going to like go off kind of from the group and like try and play him and see if that does any. Roll me a D100. Went to the sentient magic items. 50-50 die. He rolled low, said, and I was like, all right. 300 feet can take a short or long rest.
For how long?
Forever. Until he can get the curse removed. Really seems to happen because at that point you wouldn't have noticed any change.
Right.
So I said, all right, give me another.
Something your character would do.
Yeah. Negative table again.
You're right.
Negative table again. He rolls, and this one was I can't remember the second one was 2d6s every morning.
On that thing.
So
Because I would have sat.
so then the next one. Okay, fine.
Because everything's happening later.
He rolled a positive one this time. This one is level up to a level 3 spell determined by the DM. So maybe when it's good for you. But I didn't tell him. I was like, yeah, nothing seems to happen. So
4 times now.
yeah, 4 times. This is the last time. So he blows the pipes. It's like, all right, rolled a negative one. And I was like, all right, roll me a D100.
That guy's got suck for luck.
So horrible.
Nice.
It was basically the thing that he got. And I was like, on the pipes, you notice a terrible. And so that one a little bit to be like, so every morning, roll me a, have you roll a 19 or a 20. Then basically he has the effects of stinking cloud constantly.
It's a negative and a positive.
Yeah. Up their business for the day and went to take their rest, and half of them were staying at one inn and half of them were staying at another inn.
Oh no.
So since it said within 300 feet, I'm assuming that doesn't affect him. Finish the rest. I was like, they're like, all right, so we got our spells. Hit points not recovered.
like, wait, what? I was like, did I? I was like, yeah, you're fine. Whatever. Walks down to the common room of the tavern, and he's like, can I make a perception check to see? 19. I was like, yeah. Everyone in this common room just looks haggard, like they didn't get any sleep. It is like basically anyone within 300 feet of you can't get a short or long rest. It's like, oh my god.
That's.
I was like, oh yeah, go and roll me a d6. And he's like, okay. 1. I was like, you are currently
Neutral good and very, very.
he was like, oh my god. And they're about to go into the Feywild. I was like, oh, because I was like, you're not going to have a party member do that until you...
Dude, I'm so like at that point. Okay, we're making camp. You're going 300 yards.
told him that.
Either those.
And if
go,
something
or
eats
do.
you, sorry, we hate it. Not really.
With those in the middle of the party, left and right, regardless of what's happening.
Because he would do it.
Oh yeah.
I forget, like, other than the stat change. If you're a stupid barbarian,
Yeah.
get some more con, that's another AC point, So, he was loving them. I was like, well, I mean, I was like, oh my god.
Here it comes.
I was like, well, since I didn't expect you to pick up something super awesome for
And
it.
it ended up not being horrible for you.
Oh man, they have the deluxe version.
I have. Oh my gosh.
Is that one of the stretch goals?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's,
Team.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
You can do the
Level of pledge you have to do to get that version.
240.
That's not terrible.
I think that's right. I think it might be 280.
Because I think you can just do like the straight. I think was like absolutely everything. That committed.
No, but I am watching the stretch goals because I may bump up to the 240 everything and give all the books in print.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Well, the 120 gets you the.
Main books and 240.
The main books
Everything.
and the
Get you any
adventure
stretch goal
and the-
PDFs. I
Yeah.
think.
But I'm a dead tree person, so
Plus their artwork.
if they get to be enough to where I feel like it's going to be worthwhile for me to 32 days to decide that.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's not a bad price.
No, it's not. Oh, I'm so going on there and doing the 40 to get the PDFs at least.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm gonna end up doing.
Yeah, How long does it have?
So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So that might actually give me enough.
If I don't buy another silver and I start collecting box. Which I'm going to. Because that start collecting box will run at least 2 tree lords, and you're definitely going to run 30 dryads, so.
Jeez.
And that's $100 for those 2 kits alone, so.
The start collecting boxes are really good deals.
There's a Fire Slayer one now.
I only did one. I think it's pretty good, but they repackaged. Or maybe it's the so it was hard for me on eyeball to and
Yeah, some
pay for the models that are
in the kit, and then when you go to make a unit, it's a unit of 5.
Jasper's like, well, that's the like the Sylvaneth one's like that because, but nobody's taking a unit of 10 dryads. A unit of 10 dryads is dumb. +1 to their save. The 2,000 point list, you're probably going to be taking 2 units of 30 as 2 of your 3 battle line. So, yeah, because I mean, 30 of them's 2. Discount?
Yeah.
It's not a huge one.
Some of them aren't huge ones.
Some of them are better though. That one, because I think it's like 30 points. But I mean, basically, if you take 3 savings that you get on it is enough to buy a branch wedge. So, something that can chunk out trees.
Yeah, more trees.
More people that can chunk out trees.
Weird Boy Battalion.
I think
It's
that's
where
a bone knife.
if you put a Weird Boy in your
Unit of Ard Boys.
like per model, is like his max bonus at like whatever to his casting rolls. And I was just gonna sit in the back and go foot of
6. Yeah. Instead of a 10.
yeah. Really is.
That's a really good
I'm
spell.
gonna 4-up it, just keep as good as the skeleton or vampire lords.
Brian and they were doing just a little skirmish level game, showing John. And so John basically brought like this. And that's basically it. It was he had one model. That's full of Gork on him. Oh no, he was doing the ogre, so it's the same thing. You know, you roll, and if you roll like 4 better, it chomps again, and he got that spell. He rolled it, and it was like, okay, so D3 mortal wounds, and he rolls, and it's higher than 4, so D3 mortal wounds, and it's just like, and this is Ryan rolling. Okay, you know, got like 5 times in a row. Yeah.
I assume so. That's what he did.
No, it just continues.
The mod. And so literally with that one spell, it's like John's model was picked up and gone.
It just got eaten.
Yeah. It's the time that Ryan and Brian were playing. John was complaining about how overpowered things. So it's like,
gotta give him.
Yeah.
That's great.
Save, that's so good, I don't even get it. No, it's a mortal wound.
There's very few things that can save on a mortal.
Can.
Well, they don't save the mortal wound.
But they can negate it.
If they just ignore the wound.
They ignore wounds after his Volkites when he's got 30 of them. They have their runes, and they get a 4-up to ignore damage.
Yeah. Anytime they or otherwise, you roll a die on a 4-up, they just ignore it.
Damage, right? And they fail to save.
They get 3.
Then they roll to see if they can ignore any of the damage from it, which is
shields that ignore rend.
Yep.
Right.
Almost completely.
Yeah, they ignore what rend of -1.
Jeez. That's the thing that's going to get me.
It's-
Yeah, but once you're in combat, that's huge.
Because you can.
All right, lady.
But their shooting usually doesn't do that. But
Yeah.
but it's 4 up to hit and 4 up to wound. Not much.
Which
Generally
means against me,
it's
it always.
Well, that's true.
That was like when I was looking at the Empire. They're all. They don't have any bonuses.
No,
And
but
they're all, like,
but they've
5
got the
or 4
thing
ups.
where, like, if they're close enough to like 1, and I think the Hurricanum can give them +1.
That
So
was-
so you ranged weapons hitting on like 2s and 3s.
I can't really. Iron Jaws were like that. With the War Chanta and the.
Game is built.
Yeah,
that
the
way.
game's built that way.
It's all about utilizing. Unless you're playing Sylvaneth. One of the other reasons I like Sylvaneth.
We just killed you.
I was like, you mean I can take.
That's awesome.
Sounds good. Sign me up.
Because that was one thing that was always so frustrating about Khorne was, you get your Bloodsecrator knocked out early and you're like, well, play him so forward. Well, then he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, he does now. Now it's a little different
Yeah.
with that of range on your banner.
Yeah.
So, question for you, Mike.
Mhm.
If I have an ability that says you can't retreat out of combat instead of take,
How it's worded
At
on
their-
their
at
war
their war
scroll.
scroll,
If it's worded out of combat, but I
a battalion that I'm almost always going to take. With you're within 3 inches of anything from that battalion, you can't retreat. Least thing that it does.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I read, but if it says they can
Right.
move, because your movement phase,
Right.
you move out of the combat, you're retreating. But so it depends. So that means it
What if
depends
it
on how.
Things. I don't have my. Oh, do I have it on my phone?
I have my iPad back here. I'll look it up real quick.
I can't
I mean, I can run get it. You know, I need to.
Yes, I signed it. So
Oh, okay.
that's our 2 hours.
Well, I didn't do too bad. I almost got.
2 warcasters almost completely base coated. I just got some leather to do on.
A new anvil.
The one that can just eliminate models if they're within certain.
Corsairs and the Charybdis.
Go
and
out.
then-
Yeah, it's got to be the one. Go out to the Warhammer community. I think that's the one that I sent you,
Mm-hmm.
where you make them move, make a 6-inch move. If they fit,
Yeah, that's the thing we talked about. It.
I mean, if you're able to kind
Just
of
reading
encircle,
it sounded a little.
just just models.
Models
go
just
away.
die. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm not.
It was on the community site. No, I don't have the AOS app on here.
Real quick, because that's a good question.
Well, let me.
Outro it.
No, I'm not really gonna outro it. Just did we have anybody? Nice. So that's our first paint and chat. We're gonna try and make this a weekly. Talk a bunch of bull crap about gaming and paint some models.
Exit on XSplit.
Well, don't just go up to